Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song Get Up, I Feel Like Being a Sex Machine by James Brown. This is part of my ongoing series where I'm listening to songs that come from albums that are on Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 500 greatest albums of all time. The way the series works is I'll do reaction videos for two, sometimes three, depending on the album, songs from each album, and then eventually I'll go and listen to the rest of the album on my own, and I'll come back and let you know what I thought. So, this song comes off of album 439 on the list, which is James Brown's Sex Machine, which was released by King in 1970. About the album, Rolling Stone says, kicked off by its hypnotic 11-minute title track, which we're going to listen to right now, a studio jam to which Brown added fake crowd noise, Sex Machine signaled a new funk renaissance for Soul Brother No. 1, thanks in part to the groovy skills of bassist Bootsy Collins and his guitarist brother Catfish, who had just joined the band. Pairing Sex Machine with a legit live set recorded by Brown's previous ensemble, It's a Man's World, sounds devastating. The LP continued his legend as one of the all-time greatest live showmen. So, again, we're listening to that nearly 11-minute title track right now. Let's jump into it. James Brown, one of those I've heard a few songs from his. He's James Brown. Like, you can't live in this day and age, or I guess even in America, not hear James Brown at some point. So, somewhat familiar with his work, although I've never really dived into his discography. So, doubt I've heard this particular song. But anyway, let's jump in here. Let's do it. Here we go.
Well, look here. I got to get up and do my thing. Okay, well, let me kind of move these things around here, Let me get up and do my thing, you understand? Can I really get into it?
Yeah.
Can I get into the thing, really?
Yeah.
Like a sex machine?
Yeah.
Moving?
Yeah.
Doing it?
Yeah.
Can I get into it?
Yeah.
Can I get into all our things?
Yeah.
We're ready to get into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna count it off, Jab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene.
Get on up.
Sex machine.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on
Get
up.
up. Get up.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on up.
Wait a minute. Shake your arm, then lose your form. Stay on the scene like a sex machine. You got to have the feeling, but sure as you're born. Get it together. Right on, right on. Now get up,
Get on up.
get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on up.
Right on, right on.
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 Get up,
Get on up.
get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on up.
The way I like it is the way it is. You got yours, don't worry about it. Get up,
Get on up.
say, get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a loving machine.
Get on up.
Get up,
Get on up.
stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a loving machine.
Get on up.
Can I take him to the bridge, fellas?
Yeah.
You ready to go to the bridge?
Yeah.
Fellas, I don't know where you want to go, but you ready?
Yeah.
You ready to go to the bridge?
Yeah.
You ready to go to it?
Yeah.
Hit me, fellas. Come on. Come on. Stay on the scene like a sex machine. Stay on the scene like a love machine. Stay on the scene like a love machine. The way I like it is the way it is. I got toes, don't worry about it. Stay on the scene like a love machine. Stay on the scene like a love machine. Stay on the scene like a love machine. Stay on the scene, machine. Stay on the scene. Stay on the scene. Can I go back to the top?
Yeah.
Can I start one more again?
Yeah.
Can I start like I did before?
Yeah.
Can I start like I did before?
Yeah.
You ready? Can I got it?
Yeah.
Can I hit it?
Yeah.
Hit me now. Come on. Get on up.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on up.
Bud, taste, piano.
Get on up.
Taste, piano.
Get on up.
Hassan,
Yeah.
taste the piano. Taste, piano.
Get on up.
There it is.
Get up,
Get on up.
get up,
Get on up.
get up.
Get on up.
Stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on up.
Can I?
Do it.
What?
Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it.
What?
Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it.
What?
Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it.
Tell me what?
Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it.
What?
Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it.
What?
Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it.
Tell me.
Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it. Sex machine.
Got to. Can I?
Do it. Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it. Sex machine.
Good God. Can I?
Do it.
Come on.
Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it.
I got it. Can I?
Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it.
Got to tell me.
Sex machine.
Can I?
Do it. Sex machine. Do it. 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 Sex machine.
Get it.
Do it.
Good. Get it.
Do it.
Get it. Get it.
Do it.
Get it.
Do it.
Got it. Got it. Get it.
Do it.
Get it.
Do it.
Can I?
Do it.
What?
Sex machine.
Get up.
Get on up.
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 I want to go to the bridge one more time.
One more time.
Can I go to the bridge?
Yeah.
I want to go to the bridge.
Yeah.
Should I go to the bridge in Augusta, Georgia?
Yeah.
Or should I go to the bridge in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Maybe Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Or maybe Detroit.
Yeah.
Or maybe Baltimore.
Yeah.
Or maybe New York City.
Yeah.
Or maybe Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
Maybe Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Maybe Los Angeles, you say?
Yeah.
Or maybe about the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Up around San Francisco and Oakland.
Yeah.
I ought to try Seattle a few.
Yeah.
I think I'll go to Nashville too.
Yeah.
Over to Memphis.
Yeah.
By the way of Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Atlanta, GA.
Yeah.
Lovely Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta, GA.
Yeah.
I might go to Macon if you don't mind.
Yeah.
What about Birmingham?
Yeah.
But you know, I might try to call a few.
Yeah.
Is it all right if I go there, brother?
Let's go to the court.
You want to go to the court?
One more time.
You got to go to the court.
One more time.
Oh, you know, got to go.
Got to go.
You got to go.
Got to go.
Can I tell them about it?
Tell them about it.
Can I ask them to get on up one more time?
Yeah.
Should I go to Miami?
Yeah.
What about Richmond, Virginia?
Good.
Maybe Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Can you think of any more towns, fellas? I tell you, we got to go to Dayton.
Yeah.
Or you gonna keep crying devil about Mobile or whatever.
Yeah.
You worrying about Mobile.
Mobile.
But since I'm there, I'm going to New Orleans too, brother.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just traveling, doing my thing.
Yeah.
Can I get into it?
Get into it.
Texas, Houston, or Dallas? you heard me.
Tell me what more.
Get up,
Get on up.
get on up,
Get on up.
stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on up.
Get up,
Get on up.
get up,
Get on up.
get up,
Get on up.
stay on the scene
Get on up.
like a sex machine.
Get on up.
Can I go to the bridge, fellas?
Yeah.
Is it all right if we go to the bridge, chicken?
Yeah.
You ain't saying nothing, chicken. Why don't you talk? You don't want to talk or something. You think you're better than us or something. What you trying to do? You don't like us or something? Come on, what you say, brother? Say something. Ain't nothing happening, brother. Can I go to the bridge?
Go to the bridge.
Go to the bridge.
Yeah.
Hear me now. Come on. Stay on the scene like a loving machine. 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 The way I like it is the way it is. I got mine. It's all right if I tell him Frank. It's all right if I tell him brother. You sure is cool over there tonight, bro. Your things and everything. I want to borrow a few dollars for me. Can I get a few? Can I get a few, bro? Oh, you ain't, see that? You gonna put the thing on me, bro. Don't put it, we travel together. But I'm gonna give him a thing. Can I stay on the scene?
Yeah.
Stay on the scene like a loving machine. Is it all right if I hit it and quit?
Yeah.
You think we should hit it and quit?
Yeah.
Otherwise we hit it and we're done.
Yeah.
Hit it and you're done.
Yeah.
Hit me now.
Wow. I like that a whole lot. I thought that was fantastic. You know, the moment the song started, I was like, oh, maybe I've heard this, because that, you know, get up, get on up sounded super familiar. And that, I think, is like just a super iconic line. But then as the song went on, I very quickly realized I have never heard the song in its entirety before. Literally just heard the get up, get on up part, because I feel like just that part has been used in like movies, TV shows, commercials, things like that, right? But again, I don't think they're using the entire Sex Machine song to put into commercials and stuff like that. So, but yeah, hey, let's break it down piece by piece like we always do, of course, starting with those lyrics. And I gotta say, because, you know, I'll get into it. So anyway, fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing. Yeah, go ahead. I want to get into it, man. You know, go ahead. Like a sex machine, man. Yeah, go ahead. Moving and doing it, you know. Can I count it off? Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up, get on up. Get up, get on up. Stay on the scene. Get on up like a sex machine. Get on up. And I'm going to skip past some of this just because it does repeat quite a bit. Wait a minute, shake your arm, then use your form. Stay on the scene like a sex machine. You got to have the feeling, sure as you're born. Get it together, right on, right on. So I don't know. I just think lyrically, like, just what a great phrase. Stay on the scene like a sex machine. It just works, you know. Those words just work, I feel like. So get up, get on up. You said the feeling you got to get. You give me the fever and a cold sweat. The way I like it is the way it is. I got mine and don't worry about his. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's still talking about sex in the sense that just like he likes it the way he likes it. And, you know, hey girl, don't worry about mine. You know, I'm gonna get mine. You know, just worry about someone else. Get up, get on up, stay on the scene, get on up like a sex machine. Bobby, should I take him to the bridge? Go ahead, take him to the bridge, take him to the bridge. Should I take him to the bridge? Yeah, take him to the bridge, go ahead, hit me now. I love the call and response of, you know, whoever this Bobby person is, and they're shouting back and forth. I think that just adds so much energy and fun to the song. I actually really like that aspect of it. Come on, stay on the scene like a sex machine. The way I like it is, it's the way it is. I got mine, dig it. He got his. Stay on the scene like a loving machine. Stay on the scene like a loving machine. I do like that he switches it between like sex machine and loving machine every so often. Again, just kind of keeps the song feeling a little bit fresher throughout. I want to count it off one more time now. Go ahead. You want to hear it like it did on the top, fellas. Yeah, hear it like it did on the top. Yeah, hit it now. Get on up. Get on up. Stay on the scene. Get on up like a loving machine. Taste. get on up, be in, get on up, taste, get on up, be in, get on up. Stay on the scene like a sex machine, you gotta have the feeling, get on up. Sure as you're born, get on up. Get it together, right on, right on. Get up, get on up. And then shake your money maker, shake your money maker, shake your money maker. It's, one thing I kind of thought throughout the song is it's amazing because slang sticks around a lot longer than I feel like I ever realized it did. Like there's slang that we used in the 2000s, 2010s that we really don't use too much anymore. But like shake your money maker is a phrase that still exists and it's still around, right? And there was another one later on in the song, hit it and quit it. Like I did not realize that phrase had been around this long because again, that to me that's slang that I know people who use that slang. I've heard that slang. We used it in the 2000s and the 2010s. We probably still use it today in some regards, right? So it's just interesting that it's been around for that long. Can we hit it like we did one more time from the top? Let's hit it and quit. That's what I'm saying. Hit it and quit it. Go ahead. Can we hit it and quit it? Now, these lyrics cut out the whole part where he's talking about the different cities. Shout out to San Antonio for sure. But I like that part too because it was just fun. And that's the thing, like those sections that aren't necessarily mentioned here in these lyrics, made me just realize how charismatic James Brown is. Like he's just, again, like shouting out. He has this voice like he's joking, right? And he's being very playful and like shouting out all these cities and saying all these things, and it's just like it just makes the song so much more fun, and it's really carried off the back of his charisma where he's talking to his bandmates like, hey, how come you haven't said anything, or let's give him a taste of the piano and stuff like that, right? Like just sort of directing and interacting with his bandmates on stage, I think just made the song that much more fun, and again, it's carried on the back of his charisma. So again, this part was cut out, but I love when he was talking about like give him a taste of the piano, and I was like waiting to hear some piano, and so he said it a few times, and then finally the piano came in, and I was like, that was pretty cool. So lyrically, this one's just a whole lot of fun. I don't know if there needs to be any sort of message beyond just like, hey, let's be a sex machine, that kind of thing. But again, just the way that James Brown carries himself throughout the song, interacts with his bandmates, and again just shows off his charisma. I'm giving it 2 big thumbs up. As far as instrumentation and vocals go, love the vocals here. He's got that like soulful edge to his voice where it's very like almost gravelly and rocky, but in a very pleasing sounding way. One thing, I don't listen to a whole lot of like modern R&B and pop. I'm slowly getting there, but one album I have heard recently was Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, Silk Sonic, an Evening with Silk Sonic, I think it's called, the album itself. And it's interesting because I have not heard a whole lot of James Brown, but I have heard this entire Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak album, and it features Bootsy Collins on a few songs, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just so clear that their inspiration came from artists like James Brown. Like you hear some of that same call and response, you kind of hear the same playfulness, you hear the same edge in Bruno Mars's voice. It is interesting to kind of hear some of that first and then come back to, again, where the inspiration came from. So with all that said, really enjoy his voice throughout. Really enjoy the call and response as well. It's not necessarily singing all the time, but it just, again, still makes the song sound great. The bass was fantastic throughout, super solid bass line. The guitar was fantastic throughout. Kind of get the same notes, but every so often they let him mix it up, and it just creates such a great sound. That little taste of piano was absolutely fantastic. Really upped the song for me there as well. The drumming was kinetic and energetic and fun to listen to as well. So instrumentally and vocally, this one was super solid. I'm giving it 2 big thumbs up. It was a lot of fun. As far as replay value goes, it's not a genre I listen to all the time, but I gotta say, I love this song. It was just so easy to jam out to. The 11 minutes truly flew by just enjoying the song. It was a fun listen. So replay value, probably gonna give it a thumb up. Again, realistically, it's not a genre I listen to a whole lot, but the song's good enough that I'm gonna come back to it for sure. So yeah, give it a thumb up for replay value. Overall, a fantastic song, and if I do say so myself, another fantastic entry into this series. Again, say what you want about the Rolling Stone list. I know it's not perfect, but it has made me kind of listen to artists that either I had heard of and not really ever explored too deeply, or artists I've never heard of. So it's been really great for that. So I really appreciate this series and the fact that I guess I had that idea. So anyway, hey guys, if you enjoyed the music as much as I did, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. If you want to support me here on the channel, just do all the normal stuff that you do on YouTube. Like and subscribe and comment with your requests, because I'm always taking those. And you can even check the description if you'd like to follow me on Twitch, TikTok, or Instagram. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.